Hello, Internet. We're back for another episode where I give you the too long didn't read version of everything going on out there in the automotive world. This week, we've got news from BMW with their plans for their new autonomous driving system, the latest on Hyundai's new pickup truck, the Santa Cruz, Nissan's plans to revive some old Skyline parts, and more. But we'll kick it off this week with some C8 news, as a 3-minute long video has hit the internet this week of a mid-engine Corvette being put through the paces under cover of darkness at a little place called Sebring this week. The new C8 is of course wearing camouflage, but it is kicking out some serious engine notes and can be seen spitting fire out of the exhaust. I'm not 100% sure who posted the video originally, however a YouTuber named Rick Corvette Conti has got some considerable views, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind me sending some traffic his way, so if you'd like to go check it out, I'll put a link in the description of this video, or you can just go to the like playlist on this channel and it'll take you right to it. Either way, we'll probably get a lot more information on this in the very near future, as patent nerds have already tracked down patents for what's expected to be GM's new mid-engine Corvette key, and a new GT logo rumored to go on the new C8. And there's a rumor that GM might just blow the lid off this whole thing with an announcement coming as early as January of 2019, so I'll definitely keep you posted. And Volkswagen, who currently produces some 300 different vehicles worldwide, has stated recently that it plans to completely phase out all of its gasoline-only cars after its new generation of gas and diesel engines have run their course. The new series of engines will begin showing up in VWs around 2026 and usually last about a decade. And while VW may continue to tweak these engines over several years, it's not going to build any new designs. Though most people really shouldn't be surprised by this, as it's more or less an extension of Dieselgate from 2015, as since that time VW has committed to building new charging stations across the US, has pledged over $50 billion into developing electric and self-driving vehicles, and if you haven't noticed, most of the new VW Group products that are showcased, like the VW Buzz Cargo concept, the Audi e-tron GT, the Porsche Taycan, all are electric vehicles. And by the way, speaking of the Porsche Taycan, in episode 2 of this series, I covered the unveiling of Porsche's new EV, and since that time, the car has been received well. So well, in fact, that Porsche's original estimate of selling 20,000 Taycan models per year had to be scaled up in order to meet pre-orders and estimated dealership sales. A recent example is the country of Norway. With a population of roughly 5 million people, Porsche usually only sells some 600 new vehicles there every year. However, this year, over 3,000 Norwegians have placed pre-orders for the Taycan alone. The new Porsche will run you an estimated $75,000 to $95,000, though Porsche has already teased the idea of a less expensive variant, though of course it would have less power and a decreased range. And production of the new car will begin in Germany in the middle of 2019, with orders being filled later in the year. And General Motors made some news this week when it unveiled pictures of the new 2020 Chevy Silverado HD. And the response from the truck community has been, shall we say, grilling. But don't worry, as the internet has rushed in to put out the fire, or pour gas on it. Either way, one thing can be certain, and that is, as the areas of the grill grows, so too grow the memes. And in a little more truck news, after originally being teased as a concept car over 3 years ago, Hyundai had previously made it clear that it's working to bring its mid-size pickup truck, the Santa Cruz, to the market. Hyundai stated in a recent interview that the vehicle is finished from a design standpoint and that the company will soon begin working on production aspects and testing for the new unibody truck that will share a platform with the new generation Hyundai Tucson. The brand had originally planned to launch the vehicle in 2019, but has since stated that it will most likely arrive in dealerships in 2020 as a 2021 model. And Nissan announced on Friday of this week that it has approved a final production design for their new limited edition GT-R50, brought to you by the brand's partnership with the guys over at Ital Design. And if you're lucky enough to get your hands on one of these, you can expect a host of new improvements over the already capable car, including an additional 110 horsepower and 95 pound-feet of torque over the current Nismo version. All of this is brought to you by a GT3 competition spec turbochargers, a more capable cooling system, higher flow fuel injectors, stronger differentials and drive shafts, upgraded Brembo brakes covered by 21-inch carbon fiber wheels, some nifty gold trim, and a whole lot more. The new $1.1 million GT-R50 will be limited to just 50 units worldwide and will mark the 50th anniversaries of both Ital Design and Nissan's GTR model. And orders will begin shipping out in the later part of 2019 and will stretch the early half of 2020. And speaking of GTRs, if you happen to already own a 1994 through 2002 Nissan Skyline, Then today's your lucky day, as Nissan has also recently announced that it will once again make OEM parts for the R33 and R34 Nissan Skyline through its new Nismo Heritage Parts program. The new venture will revisit over 80 different parts that have been out of circulation for quite some time and will focus on hard-to-source items. And Nissan has also stated that it could double that number of parts over the next year or so. And in a recent interview at the LA Auto Show, good old Klaus, I don't want to hear this shit anymore, Froelich has yielded some answers about the future of BMW's self-driving vehicle program. In the interview, he stated that BMW is roughly 2 years away from releasing a Level 5 self-driving car, and the only thing currently holding the brand back was government regulations and more detailed maps. By the way, Level 5 autonomous driving refers to vehicles that can operate with 100% autonomy, and technically don't even need a driver to perform menial tasks like operating the pedals or the steering wheel. So if you believe the hype, BMW should hit the scene sometime in 2021 with a top-tier self-driving program that could outshine current industry bests like Cadillac's Super Cruise autonomous driving system. And in a little bit of lighthearted news, there was this guy who decided to troll Ford's international headquarters by flying a plane outside the building with a sign that says, "Is there a Ford GT in my future? Hashtag going farther." The guy did all this in order to motivate Ford to approve his application for one of those 350 additional Ford GTs that current owners are already mad about. Not sure if it'll work, but did all those other people with Ford GT applications want one bad enough to go fly a plane outside of your window? I don't think so. Alright people, that's going to wrap it up for this week. But as always, there'll be more to come. Oh, and don't forget to check out the link if you guys want to see the new Corvette C8 tearing it up at Sebring. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm out.